Good morning and welcome to another episode of Auto Intelligence, where we bring you the sharpest takes on the auto industry's most relevant topics. I'm Steve, joined as always by my colleague Claire. We're part of the Auto Agenic team, bringing you industry insights 3 times weekly.
That's right, Steve. Whether you're sipping on your morning coffee or catching up later in the day, we're here to shed light on the automotive landscape. Today, we're diving into what might be the most disruptive force in our industry right now, the dramatic tariff policies of 2025 and their ripple effects across the global automotive supply chain.
And what a topic it is, Claire. As of today, May 8th, 2025, we're witnessing the most significant shift in trade policy in decades. Let's break down what's happening and how it's reshaping everything from manufacturing to dealership operations.
Let's start with the basics. The US administration has implemented a 25% levy on light trucks and certain imported vehicles, while maintaining varied tariffs on other goods, with exemptions for USMCA compliant trade from Canada and Mexico.
That's right, but it doesn't stop there. Specific Chinese steel products are facing tariffs as high as 125%. While the EU and other regions are subject to retaliatory measures. According to the Yale Budget Lab, these policies have pushed the auto sector tariff average to 20.3% when including Section 232 duties.
The numbers tell a dramatic story. US container traffic from China has plummeted 45% in April alone, according to recent shipping data from Freightos. This mirrors the disruptions we saw during the pandemic.
And the Richmond Fed Project's U.S. average effective tariff rates could rise to 17% under aggressive scenarios, up from just 2.3% in 2024. What's particularly significant is that the auto parts tariffs are set to take effect today, which is likely to create another wave of disruption.
Let's look at how automakers are responding to this seismic shift. The cost pressures are enormous. Several luxury brands are absorbing tariff costs temporarily, but price increases are becoming inevitable for many models.
Meanwhile, GM is anticipating up to $5 billion in tariff-related losses this year, including $2 billion specifically from South Korean imports, according to their recent SEC filings and industry analysis. GM has also lowered its 2025 adjusted earnings forecast to between $10 and $12.5 billion, down from $13.7 to $15.7 billion. Reflecting these tariff impacts.
What's particularly striking is how quickly this is affecting production decisions. Stellantis has halted production of the Dodge Charger Daytona EV at their Windsor plant in Canada and Jeep models at their Toluca plant in Mexico, leading to 900 layoffs in the US and 4,500 in Canada. The Windsor plant closure affects their all-electric Charger Daytona, which was meant to be a flagship for Stellantis' EV transition.
Industry reports indicate that many workers have been told they might return in 2026 if the tariff situation improves. The plant closures have left dealerships with thousands of orphan Charger orders.
Ford has taken a different approach, introducing pricing strategies to offset consumer price hikes. Their CFO recently disclosed they're projecting $1.5 billion in tariff losses. They've actually suspended their full-year financial forecast as they work to assess the total impact and devise mitigation strategies.
Industry analysts report that over 50% of manufacturing firms are diversifying supply chains or accelerating purchases to mitigate disruptions, according to recent industry surveys.
Let's shift gears and look at the dealership level, where these macroeconomic policies translate into real sticker prices and consumer experiences. Vehicles impacted by tariffs could see significant price increases, with non-USMCA compliant models facing the steepest hikes.
The situation at ports is remarkable. At the Port of Los Angeles, imported vehicles are facing significant delays, with the Port Authority predicting a 35% drop in auto imports, according to their latest cargo report. What we're seeing is a dramatic surge in the use of bonded warehouses, which allow importers to store goods without paying tariffs until they're removed for sale.
That's exactly right, Steve. These bonded warehouses require substantial customs bonds, upwards of $500,000 to protect duty revenue, and the personnel running them must undergo background checks. It's a strategic move by importers to delay payments while waiting for potential tariff reductions.
And the port data reflects this strategy. There's been a reduction in vessel arrivals, down to 17 ships per week versus the historical 23 to 24, but some importers continue shipments due to pre-booked cargo or critical dependencies on specific parts.
It's also affecting buying behavior. Recent consumer surveys indicate that about 18% of potential US buyers accelerated purchases to preempt price hikes, while approximately 63% are delaying spending amid recession fears.
Industry reports from dealerships across the country describe significant discounting of 2024 models to clear inventory, while 2025 models face customs delays due to part sourcing challenges related to the new tariff structure.
You're listening to Auto Intelligence, sponsored by Auto Agentic. Auto Agentic offers a powerful suite of agentic AI agents, but our greatest value lies in acting as strategic co-pilots, guiding OEMs and dealer groups through AI implementation with a consultative, partnership-driven approach. Now back to our discussion about the global tariff surge.
As we dive deeper into this topic, Claire, let's look at how the global supply chain is being fundamentally reshaped. The regional shifts are dramatic. Midwest U.S. states like Michigan and Ohio and EU-dependent industries face the highest exposure due to automotive and metals tariffs.
Absolutely. China's tariffs on select products and Canada's sector-specific retaliation are reshaping trade flows, with Mexico emerging as a critical alternative supplier. In fact, data shows Mexico's auto exports to the US have increased, while Canada's have declined amid retaliatory tariffs.
The electrification transition is particularly affected. EV battery costs have increased due to tariffs on Chinese graphite, delaying production targets for several manufacturers. Industry reports indicate that some EV production lines are running at reduced capacity.
And it goes beyond just batteries. Tesla and other EV manufacturers face increased costs on vehicles assembled in Mexico, prompting shifts to US-based production for certain components. They're essentially having to recreate supply chains on the fly.
The geopolitical dimension can't be overstated. China's recent restrictions on rare earth exports are causing a genuine crisis in EV motor production. China produces 90% of the world's neodymium iron boron magnets used in EV traction motors, and these export suspensions are causing severe inventory shortages at major automakers.
The impact on costs has been immediate. European buyers faced 22% price hikes for these critical magnets within weeks of China implementing its new licensing system. It's affecting everything from compact motors in luxury EVs to heat-resistant motors in electric trucks and buses.
This is forcing automakers to explore alternatives. Toyota is developing dysprosium-free motor designs, while Tesla is looking into switched reluctance motors as an alternative technology. But these solutions won't come quick enough to prevent production delays of 6 to 8 months for some EV components.
We're also seeing interesting adaptation strategies. According to recent industry studies, a majority of firms are now using AI-driven tools to map tariff exposures. There's a technology angle to navigating these trade complexities.
And the nearshoring trend is accelerating. Mexico has seen a significant increase in new auto supplier facilities opening since January, leveraging USMCA rules. Industry publications report that many manufacturers have shifted portions of their China-based parts production to North America.
Steve, as we consider these massive disruptions, it's worth highlighting how artificial intelligence is becoming essential in navigating this new trade landscape. Companies are investing in predictive analytics, regional supplier networks, and inventory buffers to enhance resilience.
That's right. According to recent McKinsey research, over half of automotive manufacturers are now using AI solutions to map complex supply chains and identify tariff vulnerabilities before they become costly problems. These tools can process thousands of parts, suppliers, and regulatory requirements in minutes, something that would take teams of humans weeks or months.
One fascinating case study involves Hyundai's approach to tariff management. They've launched a customer assurance program guaranteeing no MSRP increases for vehicles purchased between April 4 and June 2, 2025. This price protection strategy helps maintain customer confidence during this uncertain period.
So where do we go from here, Claire? The auto parts tariffs that take effect today may significantly raise repair costs for independent garages and consumers alike. And a significant development just this past week on April 29th was the announcement of temporary relief measures, including an import adjustment offset for parts used in U.S. assembled vehicles.
That's an important point, Steve. The administration is trying to ease costs for domestic manufacturers with these offsets, but industry experts are still waiting for detailed guidelines promised by mid-May. These adjustments show the policy is still evolving as its impacts become clearer.
Long-term, USMCA compliance could reduce tariff burdens for manufacturers. According to the USMCA agreement, vehicles with 75% regional content qualify for tariff exemptions. However, reshoring supply chains may take several years to implement fully.
And some companies may struggle during the transition. Industry analysts warn that a significant percentage of automotive suppliers face financial risks without adaptation or support.
That sums it up perfectly. We're witnessing nothing less than a fundamental restructuring of how cars are built, shipped, and sold globally. The winners will be those who can navigate these complexities with strategic foresight and technological sophistication.
Absolutely. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of Auto Intelligence. For more insights on how these tariff changes might affect your business or purchasing decisions, visit us at www.autoagentic.ai.
AutoAgentic is a pioneering AI-driven platform transforming the automotive retail industry. Founded in 2024, we deliver a powerful suite of agentic AI agents, intelligent, adaptive tools designed to streamline operations, optimize sales performance, and elevate the customer experience across dealerships.
What truly sets us apart is our human-centered, consultative approach. We're LLM agnostic and deeply trained on the nuances of the automotive industry, but more importantly, AutoAgentic is built to empower your team, not replace it. As strategic co-pilots, we partner closely with OEMs and dealer groups to ensure AI implementation is practical, effective, and aligned with your goals. That's why we're known as the most human AI company in automotive retail, because we don't just deliver technology, we deliver trusted guidance.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Steve, along with Claire, and this has been Auto Intelligence. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to catch our episodes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Until next time, drive safely and stay informed.